Welcome to NUS Civil Engineering undergraduate program. I am Professor Pang from the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. I'd like to share with you how you could build a sustainable future with NUS Civil Engineering. First off, what is civil engineering? If you look all around us, you'll see iconic structures that define our identities. You'll see smart infrastructures that connect our communities. Or you will see nature-based solutions that address our climate crisis. Or sustainable solutions that safeguard our future. Or even green solutions that minimize our carbon footprint. All these, you'll find that civil engineers have a role in all of them. Basically, civil engineers plan, design, create, and manage a livable city around us. We have probably heard a lot about climate crisis, and I would like to take this opportunity to highlight the vital role of civil engineers in tackling the challenges of sustainable development. Civil engineers play an important role in converting the local waste into useful resources, such as turning them into green concrete. And they play a vital role in reducing the carbon emission in the built environment. And they play a vital role in protecting our coastline against the rising seawater level. If you are convinced that civil engineering is the choice for you to transform our future into a sustainable environment, then the question next will be, why civil engineering at NUS? At NUS, we train a new generation of leaders to create sustainable future. We have leading academics who are tackling national challenges such as the zeroing of waste and the decarbonizing of the built environment. And at NUS, we host a National Center on Coastal Protection and Flood Management Institute. Over here, we develop innovative, sustainable, smart solutions to protect our coastline and also to safeguard the future. Civil engineering at NUS is consistently ranked among the top 5 universities in the world based on QS ranking. And in the QS ranking, our graduates are consistently ranked the best in the world by employers for being competent, innovative, and effective. And that can be seen in how the employers value our graduates. Our graduates are highly valued by the employers, and this can be seen in the public domain in a survey conducted by MOE. And that also ends up with a lot of the good students choosing civil engineering at NUS. Again, in the MOE survey, you'll see that NUS have been consistently attracting the best students. And if NUS Civil Engineering is the choice for you, you could consider putting it as a first choice and you will get bonus points for admission. And if you marginally miss the cutoff point, you will have a better chance for discretionary admission by demonstrating your keen interest by putting it as a first choice. And I'd like to share this happy news with everyone that all new civil engineering students at NUS will receive a free iPad for a truly digital learning experience in NUS. On top of that, selected students, depending on your performance in your A-levels or the Polytechnic or the high school, you may be eligible for the Built Environment Stellar Student Award or the Academic Excellence Award or the Honours Award, which have the prizes of 8,000, 4,000 and 2,000 respectively. The role that civil engineers play in sustainable development can be clearly seen in our distinguished alumni who are taking leading roles in sustainability in the public sector such as HDB, JTC, PUB, and also in public-private sector such as in Sambo. You can see that our alumni are leading the sustainable development for Singapore, and we thus translate that back to our graduates. We are consistently grooming our graduates to be future leaders in sustainability, digitization, and some even going to become good business consultant for the built environment. So I'd like to share with you the achievement of our students as an illustration of how we groom them and make them become leaders in two of our main pillars, which is in sustainability and digitization. Our Year 4 students, Jiangyong, Isaac, in the area of digital transformation, they have won the JTC Virtual Case Challenge 2021. Similarly, in the area of digitization, our Year 4 student, Xing Da, he has won the International Building Design Competition 2020 together with his teammates shown over here. And again, another Year 4 student, Hao Jun. He has won the Gold Prize in the Singapore Concrete Institute Young Innovators Award 2022. Over to a discipline or the theme on sustainability, our Year 4 student John Lim has single-handedly won a few major awards. He has won the ACI 2021 Project Competition Silver Medal. He has also won the College High Achievement Award for Innovation and Research, and also the NUS highest award for the Outstanding Undergraduate Researcher Prize. A few other awards in the area of sustainability, Xing Yu, Edward, Basil, Justin has won the Silver and Bronze Award in the Green Concrete Cube Competition 2023. And the team over here has won the Merits Award in IES Engineering Innovation Challenge 2023 and also the SCI Young Innovators Award 2023, and despite the fact that they are only Year 2 students. And their awards have also been selected to be presented to DPN Heng at one of our major events. And our Year 4 student, Xing Yu Sherman, won the Commendation Award in the Young Innovators Award 2023 by the Singapore Concrete Institute. And another example of our Year 3 and Year 4 students winning the Innovation APEC Public Transportation Competition 2021. And a further example of by Sinke, Chenke, and Tristan, Year 2 students who won the International Concrete Competition Silver Week 2022. And once again, you see Jiangyong, Isaac, who have won multiple competitions, including one prestigious award by Alibaba. And you'll see that from those examples, how much the achievement of our graduates is an example of how much efforts and how much resources we have put into our students to make sure that each of them are able to reach their maximum potential. And on top of that, I'm going to share with you a short overview of our unique NUS curriculum, which is different from others. Here in NUS, we have a modular system which provides a lot of flexibility for our students, whereby they can choose to graduate with a second major, 1 or 2 minors, or a minor and a specialization in 4 years without overloading. And that will make you very attractive to many potential employers. And for the common curriculum, we have carefully selected this module to future-proof our graduates with 21st century skill sets. These modules are co-designed and co-taught by the college, and students not only learn in a multidisciplinary environment, they also are being taught by the academics, leading academics from different fields. For the major requirements, our students will take these modules to ensure that they are eligible for the professional licensing for civil engineers so that they can graduate and become a professional civil engineer one day. And lastly, the curriculum allows you to design for your own dream job. If you are interested in climate and sustainability, you can take up a second major in sustainable urban development. If you are interested in project management, you can take up a minor in project management or a minor in infrastructure, finance and management. If you are interested in digitization, you can take a specialization in digitization in urban infrastructure. If you are interested in urban planning, you can take up a minor in architectural studies and/or urban studies. If you are interested in design innovation, you can take up a second major or a minor in innovation and design. If you are interested in becoming a professional engineer, we do have a new specialization in advanced analysis and design. And lastly, if you are interested to go into automation, we do have a new second major or a minor in computing. There is a group under design and engineering. And all this is what we can offer to you. There are many other majors and minors that you can freely choose depending on what you like to be or what you want to be and what you pursue. So we do provide a lot of flexibility and options for you, and so that each of you will be able to reach your full potential. With that, I thank you for your attention. I hope to see all of you joining us.
Hi, hello everyone. I'm Chloe, a Year 3 Civil Engineering undergraduate in NUS with a minor in CITIS. Here's a bit of a background about me. I took PCME at A-levels in Hwa Chong Institution, the college section, and I took a gap year afterwards. Fast forward a few years, I'm here in NUS. So before I share more about my experiences regarding civil engineering in NUS, how it's like, I'd love to give you a bit of insights towards what you can expect after graduation for those who don't know anything about civil engineering. So there are a couple of main types of firms you can join after graduation, like contractors, consultants, developers, and statutory boards. And of course, there are multiple fields you can enter as well, be it structural engineering, geotechnical, hydraulic engineering, transportation engineering, the list goes on. And in fact, you would cover or you would learn all of that in NUS Civil Engineering as well. I would love to highlight though that it's not limited to these options, and there are many more you can go, but here are the main ones that you can expect as a civil engineering undergraduate. So here's a bit of an insight towards our curriculum here. And of course, different schools have different curriculum, but what we have focused more on a holistic kind of approach where we have the theory, of course, we got finals, midterms, but we also got the practicals, laboratory work, and hands-on projects like the bridge I built there with my project mates, where we have to test the strength of the bridge. We got the concrete beam there where it was a lab work where we were testing the strength of the concrete beam. And you got the one on software modeling where we almost have to learn a new software for most of our civil engineering modules. The ones here are ETABS, slide 2, some common softwares that we would get to use in the industry as well. So we get a bit of everything, and that's the whole point of NUS Civil Engineering. But enough said, why NUS Civil Engineering? Rankings, career prospects, culture, I mean, the list goes on. But for me, personally, it was more of an elimination choice and a bit more of a vibe thing. So what I mean by that is that I scoped down to engineering where I knew I wanted to create something. So that was an obvious choice for me. But then there is a whole list of engineering out there. I didn't know too much of what it entails. So essentially, I chose civil engineering because it was the one that I was most drawn to because of its stigma. There's not a lot of Singaporeans in here, so I just thought, why not? So here's a glimpse of my 3 years in NUS so far. There's a lot going on in this slide, but really all I wanted to say was that you can do anything you want to do. My mind changed all the time. In every single semester, my second major or my second minor changed, my CCAs changed, my priorities changed. And I think that's part of the whole experience of university, where you can create or curate an experience for yourself, and this is mine. So that aside, there's also a lot of opportunities, some very unexpected ones too. I started off in my first year emailing professors, asking them if there are opportunities in competitions or research. And I actually was very fortunate to have that opportunity where I could work on a research project when I'm only in year 1. So That said, case competitions, research competitions, that aside, I also got very privileged where I had the opportunity to go to forums and symposiums overseas as well, to represent the school, to represent NUS CDE and CVE. So that's not a unique experience just to myself. A lot of others could have such an experience if they search for it themselves as well. But of course, if you're not interested in such opportunities, not interested in CCAs, and you have different priorities in your life, I'd love to highlight that the student life here, or at least the one I had, was really fulfilling as well. All these pictures here are pictures of my cohort mates. After exams or during the holidays, we went out together, just have a bit of fun. It really doesn't matter, like most of them doesn't have CCAs as well. But really, we just wanted to curate, again, a life or an experience where we are bonded or close to each other. So essentially, whatever kind of university life you want, I'm sure you could, or we could have the ability to create it. Of course, my very final slide here goes to something that was very memorable to me, or in fact, one of the most memorable CCA that I have across my years, Civil Engineering Club. Of course, we do many things there, but there were many things, or there were many things that I didn't believe in when I was not in university. I thought that organizing, planning events, they were not a very productive usage of time. But after going into it, after really immersing myself in it, I actually had a very, very good experience, had made many friends, in fact, also got to know a bit more professors, got to know more about the industry, and there's a lot more that it could offer. Of course, if you have any questions, do feel free to drop a DM to NUS Civil Engineering Club, and we would be glad to answer your queries. Anything from student experience to the curriculum, or more specifics like how you want to prepare for university. Yeah, just don't be shy. With that, thank you and have a nice day.
Welcome all of you to Environment Engineering Program. I'm Professor Jiangyong, Director of Environmental Engineering Program at NUS. I would like to introduce to you Environment Engineering Program in NUS in the Department of Civil and Environment Engineering in the College of Design and Engineering. At beginning, I would like to showcase to you a very short video take by our students.
If you're wondering what NUS Environmental Engineering is all about, my friends and I are here to give you a sneak peek.
At NUS, you'll be solving everyday problems with innovative solutions. I'm turning organic waste into reusable materials for one of my projects.
By reusing sugarcane fibers?
Exactly, and I got all these from the canteen.
That's pretty clever.
Well, it's also the technology that makes all this possible. We have access to cutting-edge tools that allow us to tackle pressing environmental problems, such as air and water pollution.
What I like about these tools is that they are used in the workplace as well. So, this gives us a head start. Speaking of the workplace, let's go and find Nicholas. Environmental engineering is a fast-growing field with many opportunities, right Nick?
For sure. Our whole curriculum is industry-oriented. We'll focus on sustainability and public health protection. We also get to use these skills in the real world through industrial attachments, for example, to develop renewable energy.
And the best part about EV is that it's not all about studying. You get to build connections with a closely knit group of friends.
That's a great point. School is way more fun with you guys around. And if you share the same passion as us, we know you will love it here. All you have to do is go to our website and sign up now.
Okay, I hope you enjoy the short video taken by our students. So first of all, what is environmental engineering? Environmental engineering explores scientific principles and translate them to protect human and our valuable ecosystems from impacts of any adverse environmental issues such as water and air pollution, energy shortage, as well as climate change. And you may wonder what environmental engineers do. Okay, environmental engineers develop innovative solutions and technologies to protect the human, as well as manage our nature resources, as well as improve the health of living systems and environmental quality using sustainable and cost-effective manners. And if we mention about environmental engineering projects in our local society, I would like to showcase to you two mega environmental engineering projects, that is Miranda Barrage and New Water. Why should you consider environmental engineering? Singapore Green Plan 2030 was launched in 2021. This is a whole nation's movement towards sustainability. A few government agencies charted a working plan and a goal for the coming 10 years to move towards sustainable development. Underneath this Singapore Green Plan 2030, existing technologies and solutions need to be improved, need to be enhanced, and new technologies need to be developed for sustainable development. At the same time, the new and more stringent regulation and policy need to be in place and need to be implemented along the time. So there are many opportunities for creating green solutions emphasized by the government, and there are lifelong opportunities for environmental specialists even beyond 2030. All right, I would like to share with you the features of environmental engineering program at NUS. First of all, QS World University Ranking ranked environmental science at NUS number 10 in the whole world in 2023. Students enrolled into our environmental engineering program will experience experiential learning, authentic learning, as well as active interaction with our faculty member, alumni, as well as industry collaborators. In our program, there are a number of award-winning and highly experienced educators to share their knowledge and the passion to our students and to prepare our students very well for the job market. In 2021, the graduate employment rate reached 97 for our environmental engineering graduates. What's more, our environmental engineering students, after graduation, after practicing in the field for a couple of years, they can go for professional registration, such as register as chartered engineer. By doing so, they are able to further advance their career development. Now I'm going to actually mention about the domain areas covered by our environmental engineering curriculum. Okay, we cover climate change, resource management, circular economy, water quality enhancement, environmental sustainability, water reclamation and reuse, air quality management, as well as alternative energy sources. All of those domain areas are well covered in our environmental engineering program, and this will help our students equip themselves in the environmental engineering, science, and management field so that they are able to develop themselves in the different aspects of sustainability upon their graduation. Now I would like to give you the curriculum overview. Okay, our curriculum consists of the university and faculty common courses, engineering common courses, environmental engineering major courses, as well as unrestricted elective courses. So with all of those courses in our environmental engineering program, we are able to train our students to be future ready, to be ready for Industry 4.0. We are also able to offer our students multidisciplinary training. So you are able to see that, from the university and the faculty common courses, we do have courses like sustainable futures, artificial intelligence, industrial attachment, modeling and simulation. All of those actually train our students to be future ready, to be ready for Industry 4.0. And our environmental engineering major courses train our students to be well prepared for sustainable development. The unrestricted elective courses will give our students the multidisciplinary training, which will make our students to be well adapted to the ever-changing employment market. So now I'm going to showcase to students how they can have multidisciplinary training by making use of their unrestricted elective courses. So students start to have the common curriculum, and they enroll into environment engineering as a first major, and after that, students can start to choose what else to stack on. They, for example, can go and read a minor in public health. In this way, they are able to move into the domain of environmental and public health area. They are able to also pair with a second major in sustainable urban development. So in this way, students find a career in environmental and sustainability consultancy. They are able to read a minor in data engineering as well as a specialization in digitalization in urban infrastructure. In this way, they can develop themselves in this field called smart urban environmental engineering. They also can pair with a second major in management, so they can find a career in environmental management. They also can read a minor in economics so that they can move into the career in environmental business. Now I'm going to share with the students what kind of experiences they are going to have after they enroll into environmental engineering. In their junior years, they will learn by doing. So what do? They have laboratory analysis, they have on-site monitoring, they have a field trip, they have a field sampling, they do project planning as well as a demonstration in the module called Engineering Principle and Practice. Those are very interesting, hands-on kind of projects for students gain the knowledge about environmental science and engineering. And in their year 2, they can have a lot of activities outside of the classroom. They can join a number of the coursework field trip. They can have a student-alumni dialogue. They can participate in international coastal cleanup campaign. They also can conduct innovative projects by joining this Engineering Innovation Challenge organized by local professional body such as IES. In the year 3, they have a lot of hands-on real-life experiences. They can join ESAC, a student club run by our environment engineering students, and they can conduct this Oceanus project at Vietnam. So what do? Basically, they make use of innovative membrane technology to produce high-quality drinking water for the local villagers to improve their living standard. They can also enroll into a technical elective to conduct a sustainable project at Indonesia. So what do? Basically, they design, they build, they construct, they operate a low-cost, eco-friendly wastewater treatment technology to manage the wastewater for the local society to improve their ecosystem's quality. Come to their year 3. Students will have a lot of global exchange opportunities by having student exchange program. They can go all over the world, and they feel that the student exchange program basically widen their horizon, make them more confident, make them more courageous, and they also get exposure to a number of the interesting topics, which include nuclear power plants, river restoration, problem faced in the water resource management due to climate change, and water treatment in a temperate country as well as a renewable energy. So our students, when they come to their final year, and for example, they can represent NUS to join Future Sustainability Leader Program in Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week in 2021. And our students also can represent Singapore in Water Environment Federation Student Design Competition in USA in 2018. Together with his team member, they won Design Competition Award in that student competition event and get a very good training in the WEFTEC conference, which is the biggest water and wastewater professional conference in the world. All right, students also can experience innovation programs when they come to their final year. Kochong, together with a number of the NUS alumni, made use of the wasted plastic bottle for water purification and food supply to a zero waste testbed initiative, and this was showcased by Today newspaper in 2022. Sophia, also a final year student then, together with her friend, formed the Green Doctor program. So what do? They make use of the medical blister wasting packaging material, and they recover aluminum as well as plastic polymers from those like a wasted material. And their activities has been featured by Straits Times in 2022. At the same time, they won this Youth Pharmacist Chapter Sandbox competition in 2022. Students also can apply for scholarship and awards when they enroll into environmental engineering program. They can apply for National Environmental and Water Scholarship. They can apply for scholarship and sponsorship offered by Building and Construction Authority. They can apply Engineering Scholars Program. They can apply NUS scholarships. Okay, what's more, CEE also give awards to the shortlisted incoming environmental engineering students. In terms of career prospects, our graduates can opt for careers in the following fields. They can become policymakers, they can become environmental specialists, they can also promote technopreneurship, they can become engineering leaders in local and established multinational companies and government authorities. They can practice in the public as well as private sectors. So what do after they join different type of sectors? If they join government-related agencies, they conduct environmental research, they conduct the planning, they conduct environmental safety-related work. When they join consultancy and other firms, they are going to carry out activities in the green finance field. They are going to perform as environmental consultant. They are going to work as environmental manager. Right? Some of them also promote entrepreneurship through social entrepreneurship as well as technopreneurship. All right. In terms of career prospects, in Skill Future Singapore Conference 2022, our Ministry of Education identified green economy as one of the 3 future economy. Furthermore, priority skills in the green economy such as green process design, carbon footprint management, and sustainability management has been identified. And all of those skill sets and knowledges have been well covered in the environmental engineering program, and this will make our students to be well trained and well prepared for the coming green economy. Right. So how did our student and our employer view about our program? Lan Yang was in the class of 2016, and she further read a PhD degree in the environment engineering and graduated in 2020. Now she's assistant professor in Jiangyong University, and she feels that our program is well recognized. Our program equipped her with the skills and knowledge to resolve the technical challenges with creative solution. And Xin Hui is in the class of 2018, and she's our ex-ESAC president, and she currently works in the DHI, a very famous environmental consulting company, as an environmental consultant. She feels that our environment engineering program help her to understand the science behind our environment, as well as help her to design the solutions with today's technology. She nowadays happily apply model simulation, engineering, and environmental impact assessment into her daily work. And how does the employer view about our environmental engineering program? Mr. Koh, director of the Singapore Water Academy from PUB, view that our curriculum produce a new generation of environmental engineers who can lead in our continuous journey in transforming Singapore into a more environmentally sustainable and livable city. Mr. Chuang, senior scientist, senior specialist in NEA and president of IES, also view our environmental engineering curriculum equipped its students with knowledge and skill set to be able to work in the sustainability and renewable energy related industry and organizations. And our curriculum also help contribute towards Singapore's sustainability efforts. Okay, with that, I would like to encourage the student to study NUS Environmental Engineering and join our winning team. Together with us, we make an impact, we save the planet. Okay, with that, I would like to end my sharing now. Do scan the QR code to get detailed information of our environmental engineering program. And if you have any questions, I will be very happy to address during the Q&A session. Thank you.
Hi there, my name is Chloe and I'm here to tell you more about why I chose environmental engineering as well as my experience here, so you can see if it's the right path for you. To give you a little context, I graduated from Tampines Meridian JC and took PCME as my A-level combination. What's so great about environmental engineering is that it's open to students who didn't take physics as an A-level subject. So it's really inclusive. I also stayed in RVRC during the first 2 years in NUS, and that made commuting and getting to class really convenient. And I really recommend staying on campus if you get the chance. Growing up, I was always conscious of the need for sustainable practices, and it was during my time in JC that I delved deeper into environmental challenges through my studies. I wanted to pursue something that I was genuinely interested in, and at the same time, contribute to the greater good, especially with Singapore aiming for net zero emissions by 2050. And while it is normal for people to stray away from the discipline that they were studying in university, some common career paths, if you do continue to decide to go down the environmental engineering path, are environmental consultants, public sector engineers, and water engineers. Since everyone is talking about the topic of sustainability, it is to no surprise that the employment rates for EVE graduates are 97.1%. In environmental engineering, I had the opportunity to conduct fascinating experiments. For example, we created our own Benedict solution and tested water quality at the Botanic Gardens using remote-controlled motorized boats. These experiences allowed me to interact with new technologies and gain practical skills in the field of environmental engineering. But it's not all work and no play. Environmental engineering also organizes fantastic student life events, like Civil and Environmental Engineering Day, also known as CEE Day, where students from environmental and civil engineering can come together to enjoy fun games and delicious food. It is a great way to bond with fellow students and take a break from our academic pursuits. What's more, we get to work on some really cool projects. One project involved making dish soap from orange peels and testing its efficiency. We even created an expansion pack for a game called Terraforming Mars. On top of that, I learned 3D modeling using AutoCAD, and we actually printed and tested the water filters. These experiences not only make learning enjoyable, but also prepare us for the real challenges we'll face as environmental engineers. I also had the incredible opportunity to study abroad at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, and it was an experience I'll never forget. I met such wonderful people, and I got to immerse myself in the vibrant culture of American colleges. The students there were so open to learning and unafraid to ask questions during class. Beyond the academic environment, I had the chance to travel within and outside of the US, witnessing some of the most breathtaking sights. The exchange program pushed me to rely on my own independence, and I grew tremendously from that experience. Overall, my experience in environmental engineering has been nothing short of enriching and fun, and I hope that my sharing has allowed you to see a glimpse into my life as a student here. Thank you, and I hope to see you on campus soon!
Hi everyone, I am Associate Professor Clayton Miller from the Department of the Built Environment, and I'm here to talk about the Infrastructure and Project Management Bachelor's of Engineering program, or IPM. I'll be speaking also with, after me will be one of our students, Joey Tan, who's a second-year student in IPM. My background is in mechanical engineering, data science. I focus in teaching our students how to learn the latest in digital skills for the built environment. So the main thing that I'm here today to do is to teach you or to guide you through why should you consider, or why should you choose or join the Bachelor's of Engineering in IPM, or Infrastructure and Project Management. So there are 5 good reasons why. I'm going to start with the first one. The first one is that we are the only program in NUS that combines sort of the technical side of engineering, built environment, with the fields of management and law. So we're not just sort of engineers behind a desk designing things by ourselves. We're actually out in the field managing projects, organizing schedules and budgets, working with different stakeholders. And we also look at the law side, the contract side of the engineering field. So you could kind of say we're like the extroverts of the engineering college in a sense. Our curriculum has a lot of different areas of focus. You can see here a wide variety of different program specializations, such as facilities management, project management. You can also look at digitization and sustainability in the built environment. And there are different areas to specialize in that allow our students to pivot to different types of career paths. Our program actually hosts the Fundamentals to Project Management course, which is a compulsory course across all engineering students. And we are the experts in this area of basically meeting the needs of engineering, business, and management. Here is a graph which kind of shows you the different sort of stackability aspects of our program. There are ways that you can do second majors, you can do minors, you can add different specializations in your degree. There are lots of different areas to choose from. You can look at sustainability, green buildings, cost estimation in different areas like that. Reason number 2 that you should consider the IPM program is that there's loads of different job prospect opportunities when you finish our program. If you see this slide, you're going to see just many different logos of major companies, corporations, government agencies in Singapore. You see even Goldman Sachs on that list. You'll see UOB, Citi, DBS, as well as LTA, BCA, HDB, the different agencies in Singapore. We actually have close connection to Changi Airport Group. Some of our graduates include the Vice President of Changi Airport Group, the Country Manager of Property Guru, and we have lots of close ties with these companies, lots of alumni that are there offering internships and connecting to our pool of graduates. What are the different other specific types of job roles or opportunities that you have in the IPM program? There are directions like project manager. Like I mentioned before, this is really where you're out there interacting with clients and different stakeholders, managing the different aspects of all the different aspects of a project. You can be a contract manager or quantity surveyor, where you are understanding the different costs and schedule inputs into a project. There's the direction of an infrastructure and facility manager. This is a job where you're not out there just maintaining facilities. You're also looking at the business side of things, the management of facilities, the finance side, and a lot of different other professional aspects. And last but not least, there's a whole area focused in sustainability. So energy managers, green building consultants. And my favorite is built environment data analysts or data scientists, which is an emerging area of study and something that a lot of companies are really starting to look for. So here you can see some of our alumni. These are different graduates that have ended up in these different areas that I mentioned. You have Xing Hao, who's a sustainability consultant at McKinsey & Company. Rika, one of our awesome recent graduates, who is a valedictorian, who's now a trainee at CDL, and she specializes in sustainability. Li Dan is one of our alumni who works at Changi Airport Terminal 3. So you can really dive in and see the different opportunities through these alumni, these networks, and through these opportunities. There are other alternate career paths. So some of our graduates also go into business analytics, compliance, digital management. We have graduates in investment and asset management, and also research and development, actually maybe even coming back into NUS as a master's by research or a PhD student like one of our recent graduates, Iqbal. And then also, like I said, data analytics or data science, which is one of my favorite areas. And this is really an emerging area that we see a lot of government agencies and a lot of multinationals starting to build and grow data science teams in their organizations. Reason number 3 that you should consider IPM is the faculty, the teaching faculty. Professors, I'm a little bit biased, I'm part of this crew, but I can tell you that we have some of the best professors in the built environment field worldwide. A number of our professors are in the top 2% of researchers in the whole world in this field, according to a large Stanford analysis. And that's because we do loads of research in green buildings and data science, materials, all different areas of the built environment context. So we're really able to teach you the cutting edge when it comes to these areas. We have some of our professors, Prof. Chandrasekhar, he's, for example, the vice president. He's in the top leadership of the ASHRAE organization, which is one of the largest engineering organizations in the world, 50,000 members worldwide, which is really one of the biggest sustainability-focused organizations in the whole world. We have lots of professors winning teaching awards consistently in both the traditional sort of teaching domain as well as digital education as well. But also, we're not just all business. There's a lot of caring and supportive vibe that we have here in our department and in our program. One of our professors, Prof. Huang, in fact, he likes to play K-pop music during his breaks, which everyone loves. We really try to get down to the student level to understand the perspective that our students are coming from and help them not just teach them, but also mentor them through their time here. We have Prof. Kaur, Prof. Tay, who started peer tutoring schemes. So some of our students, if they're having problems with math bridging, physics, and really technical subjects like that, we have sort of these peer tutoring services, which includes IPM seniors teaching the juniors the different aspects of these courses. Reason number 4 are our facilities, our labs and our teaching facilities. We have actually a couple really notable ones. One of them is called the 5G Center for Digital Building Technology. You can see a few images here where we have all kinds of different Wi-Fi and 5G enabled robots and drones, different aspects of automation that allow our graduates to see not just what the status quo is in the built environment, but what could be and what will be in terms of maintaining and operating buildings. We also have a lab run by one of our professors, Ali Garamani, called the Building Robotics Laboratory, which is looking at ways to improve indoor environments using really smart technologies. We collaborate with a lot of different organizations. Kojima Construction is one of those, and we have AR, VR, mixed reality, different types of systems and devices that our students use and learn from. Reason number 5, student life. Exciting opportunities for our students to not just learn, like I was saying before, or be mentored by professors, but to learn from each other and to really have some fun in a sense. We have lots of different internships with the logos that you saw earlier, all those different companies. We have opportunities, for example, some of our students participated in a hackathon hosted by Jones Lang LaSalle, which is a large real estate consulting company. And our students actually won first and second place in this competition, supported by one of our professors, Prof. Tay. We had students that have attended the AQSA conference in Malaysia, won prizes there, the second place prize for poster presentations. We've had students present at various conferences in Singapore. We had a student who also, in a couple slides I'll show you, she presented a paper, actually on this slide, she presented a paper at a conference in Milan, Italy. One of our students, Ying, she presented this paper focused on renewable energy, and she presented a poster and was part of an oral presentation about renewable energy at this conference. So we have lots of, we have a couple other students you can see here, which won various awards, went on study trips. They had overseas opportunities to study abroad and also professional experiences abroad. We offer a lot of opportunities for our students to have scholarships, study awards. These are, you see a whole list here. I'm not going to go into all these in detail, but basically if you put IPM as your first choice, you can be sort of eligible for these different study awards. There's no interviews. Our scholarships don't have any bonds, anything like that. There's also external scholarship opportunities through government agencies like LTA, HDB, BCA, and JTC. So don't take my word for it. We also have a few examples in this short video of our students and alumni and their stories in our program.
As the built environment advances to tackle the problem statements of tomorrow, the Department of the Built Environment is excited to offer a new undergraduate offering, the Bachelor of Engineering in Infrastructure and Project Management. The proposed program is unique in Asia and is the first full-time engineering undergraduate program with a strong focus in project management. The degree is a result of high levels of interest and demands for undergraduates with such skills amidst global trends. The degree provides students with relevant skills and knowledge in the areas of engineering, management, and law. This provides students a wider choice and greater flexibility in planning and charting their career pathways.
One of the few that I would specifically mention is the e-studios that are scattered around the STE campus. In the e-studios, there are many computers available for students to use, and the software inside the computer range from energy resources to building modeling.
The professors are really amazing. When we have doubts, our professors will always be there to answer our questions, to address our concerns. They are able to interact with students and understand how we are feeling, and will always check in terms of our well-being and how we are coping.
From this academic program, I've learned a wide overview of all the different themes of the built environment. From what I can bring over to the internship is that I know what is going on behind the contracts. I know what is the liability of each party in the construction sector.
In this 5G Center for Digital Building Technology, we introduced 5G technologies integrated with digital twin and 5G robotics. In our center, our students will acquire the necessary skills and knowledge to better manage and enhance the built environment.
Center for 5G Digital Building Technology is a newly set up center. The students will be given hands-on training on their usage and encouraged to use them extensively to conduct their module projects and future research.
And so we're helping our students understand the future of how buildings are operated and managed and how infrastructure is operated and managed. We're teaching students data literacy skills. So we're teaching them how to code, we're teaching them how to process and analyze large data sets. It's a new skill set that almost every industry is looking for, and we're now one of the few that's providing that type of education for built environment.
My current role is with McKinsey & Company, and I'm with their sustainability practice. We look at what the clients want to achieve in terms of decarbonization of their portfolio. My undergraduate program has allowed me to build up knowledge in terms of the green building sphere. That has allowed me to understand sustainability needs in depth on one sector. And for Singapore, it's to hit net zero by 2050. And to hit net zero, it means that all the corporations within Singapore has to be net zero in terms of emissions. So I think the potential for graduates will be huge because there will be a high demand for people in this area.
Currently, I'm a manager with the System Management Department with SMRT Trains. So we oversee the asset lifecycle management for MRT stations as well as depots assets. So the practical knowledge actually helped me with my early days of my career. This knowledge actually complement with the fundamentals for the asset lifecycle management and subsequently helped me in my career now.
I would say come in with an open heart and an open mind. Cherish the opportunity to study not only in NUS but in our department as well, because there's a lot of opportunities for you to develop.
If you're interested in the sustainability, if you're interested in the built environment, I think DBE is a place where you can realize your potential and gain a lot of knowledge in, which is really the upcoming part of what the world needs and what Singapore needs to have a sustainable building environment.
If you are interested in contributing to the sustainable built environment and you enjoy doing engineering work and maybe management work in future, this is definitely a course for you.
So thank you so much for your time. That's all we have, but please check out our social medias. Our handle is nus.dbe. You can see all kinds of other content, including deeper interviews with some of our alumni and students. So thank you so much.
Hello everyone, I'm Joey, Year 2, currently taking Infrastructure and Project Management, often known as IPM. A little history about myself is that I studied in Anderson Serangoon Junior College, and the subject combi that I took was Mathematics, Physics, Econs, and Geography. The picture on the bottom left is me and my friend Kathy. She is also another IPM kid together with me. Let me share with you more about our academics in Infrastructure and Project Management. This is my timetable. And currently, I'm going to school on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday because currently I'm staying in hall and I have the flexibility to do so. But if I were to choose to squeeze everything in 1 or 2 days, it is also possible. And the photo on the bottom left are the courses that I've cleared so far. And these are pretty interesting modules, especially for the common curriculum courses because it's a good exposure for all of us and they are all very interesting. We even get to build our robot car. And something more about IPM is that we get to learn law and also measurements or even construction technology. So these terms may sound very chim, but if you come to IPM, you will know that they are actually very interesting modules where you can learn how to calculate or do a budget estimation for projects and how are buildings being built. And let me share with you more about our IPM professors. First of all, it's definitely Prof. Gabriel Kaur. He's one of the first IPM professors that most of our students will meet and interact with because he teaches the Infrastructure and Project Management Law, a module which we will clear in semester 1. And let me share with you a bit of the background story. It was that Prof needed to travel overseas and he couldn't make it for physical lesson. So he sent a poll in the Telegram group chat asking us which filter we would like to see for our recorded videos. And then, ta-da! We see the man in a very scary Winnie the Pooh filter. I mean, although it's scary, but I think it's pretty interesting for uni professors to do such a thing. And it actually makes my life more fun and engaging in uni. And not forgetting our Prof. Michael Chu, he teaches construction technology. And he's a very, very good dancer as well. I'm the girl in pink because I was absent for the presentation due to personal reason, but it's okay. I think that works as well. Okay, something more about my CCAs is that I stay in Raffles Hall, as mentioned, so I have a lot of hall CCAs. And on top of that, I'm also in the CDE Club Second Management Committee as the camp project director to plan for CDE Camp 2024. This club is only for CDE students, okay? And on top of that, I'm also a NUS student ambassador whereby I attend outreach events, answer questions from both parents and students online. There are also many IPM students inside as well. And something more that I do out of my academic is that I also participate in a lot of outreach events, open house, CDE summer school, and even orientation camps. So these are only in CDE. Why should you choose IPM? As mentioned above, we have many opportunities available. And I think one very important thing about IPM is that we have very strong support system because all our professors, they are very passionate and they truly care for all of us in both our academic and our well-being. Our IPM staff are also very responsive. Whenever you have any issues, just email ipm@nus.edu.sg. They give super fast reply and they really try their best to make your life in IPM as smooth sailing as possible. Not forgetting the career advisor that's in charge of IPM, they're also very dedicated and they always ask us on our career prospects and check with us. And moving on to the next point, we have also very interesting curriculum whereby we get to learn both the arts and the maths because we get to learn law such as contract management and also we get to learn how to do budget estimation for big projects. And if you are interested in robots, we also have a lot of robots in our 5G center. But the cutest one is definitely the robot dog. You have to see it for yourself. And next part is the most important thing for all of us as uni students. As the name says, infrastructure and project management. So we actually learn project management skills, which can allow us to pivot out of a variety of jobs easily because these are the soft skills that is required for almost everything, right? So some of the future opportunities for myself and you is that we get to go overseas student exchange program. And for myself, I'm going to University of Leeds this year, August. I'm very excited. And to go for our exchange programs, of course, we need money, right? And I'm also currently applying for internship to LTA and Turner Townsend. Hopefully, I get the results soon. Thank you and hope to see you in IPM.
Hi, welcome to a Q&A segment for creating sustainable innovations. So we hope that the presentations earlier have provided valuable insights into our programs that we offer here at NUS CDE. So now we'll be moving on to the panel Q&A session. So this is your chance to engage with our panelists directly. Yeah, and don't be shy, just ask the questions in the chat box and we'll get right into it. So without further ado, let me start with the first question. All right, so what is a typical week in school like as a CDE student? So maybe you can have one of the CDE students to share. Chloe, since you have the mic, would you like to start?
Right, sure, I could take that. Well, every single semester is different for me, so it's a bit hard to describe every single one right now. But for this semester, I'm having 3 civil engineering core modules with a few other modules that I'm taking out of interest as well. So for civil engineering modules, it tends to be structured in a way where there are 2 lectures and a tutorial per week. And on top of that, there are projects and also labs for us to really get more in touch with how things work, concepts work in the practical world. So I'm spending a bit of my time here, really just focusing on the concepts. On top of that, I have a few CCAs. So on some weeks, there might be meetings here and there, things for me to work on in terms of non-academic work. Right.
Can we have Chloe Sao?
Okay, so currently I'm on industrial attachment. So right now I'm just doing like a 9 to 5 job in the office. And then afterwards I'll go take like some night classes. So currently I'm taking 2 night classes. And so, but really the same with Chloe. Every single semester is different. And honestly, like the amount of workload that you allocate yourself is also different. So you can choose if like let's say like you realize that you want like a higher intensity workload, then you can like go and like organize like a harder or like more classes so that you keep yourself busy. Or like if you want a more like chill semester, you can like give yourself less classes. So like I really like NUS because like it gives us a lot of flexibility like when we are trying to organize like our whole schedule.
All right, thank you, Chloe. So Joey, would you like to quickly share as well?
Okay, hi, I'm Joey, and for this sem, I'm currently taking 2 modules from IPM. So my daily life in CDE would be going to the computer lab to take measurements because for this semester, I'm currently learning how to do cost estimation for projects and measure the buildings to take measurements, etc. So I will go to the computer lab. And apart from all the lectures and tutorials, I will also participate in events because I'm staying in Raffles Hall. So yeah, there are a lot of events on a weekly basis and I do participate in them. And on top of that, I'm also the project director for CDE camp, and yeah, it's a sort of a CCA that I go to and I attend meetings, plan for the current CDE camp for the incoming freshies. And so for the meeting wise, some interesting things would be playing and testing out all the games that we will be playing during the camps, and also bonding with the team committees. Yeah. So all in all, my life in CDE is kind of it's quite interesting because we get to try out different new things. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Joey. So another question we have from Regina. So Regina asked, I have a strong interest in sustainability focused fields, and I'm undecided between studying civil engineering, environmental engineering, or IPM. So would the profs like to take that question? Yeah, maybe Prof. Hu, you'd like to start?
All right. I'm Professor Hu from Environment Engineering program. So thanks very much for your interest in sustainability. As the name implies, environment engineering actually covers all aspects of sustainable development, not only for our like a built environment, which my colleagues probably will touch on more later on. And we also covers those nature environment, and we care about, like air pollution, water pollution, and soil pollution. And we make use of the environmental science and engineering and the management knowledges to train our students to not only understand those issues, which is related to those like environmental pollutants, and we also come up with the strategies and the solutions which contribute to the sustainable development of our society. So all in all, environment engineering covered almost all the aspects of this sustainability.
Thank you, Prof. Hu. Prof. Pang?
Hi, I'm Prof. Pang from the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, in charge of the civil engineering program. I would say all in all, you will find sustainability being embedded in almost all our engineering programs and design programs. It's a matter of which aspect you're interested in. For civil engineering, you'll be looking at, let's say you're interested in, let's say, infrastructure systems. You probably have heard about the Long Island project. We do a lot of work in terms of infrastructure development towards sustainability. Let's say, for example, the seawater level rise. How are we going to protect the nation against the sea level water rise to make it a sustainable future for our country? Or if you look at, let's say, for example, you just Google on decarbonization for development, you probably see a lot of keywords, like, for example, how do we create low carbon materials for construction, low carbon materials for urban development. Those are the type of things that we will be tackling with within civil engineering. And as I mentioned earlier on, if you want to look at sustainability, you will find a lot throughout engineering. It's more of which areas are you interested in applying sustainability in those areas. I'll pass on to my colleague, Clayton.
Yeah, excellent. I think those were great responses, and I totally agree. It depends what you're really interested in, what you're looking at. In IPM, so I'm a professor in the IPM program, we're looking at it from more of a holistic level. So we're looking at management, law, in addition to engineering and design. So if your goal is to work with lots of different stakeholders and look at it from the kind of the business and project management side, then we're a good choice for you. We have a really good example, a recent student, Rika, who just graduated last year. She's now with CDL, and she works in their carbon sort of solutions team, and they're looking at a whole portfolio of projects and buildings and looking at it from, like I said, from the management, business, contracts, kind of law side. Whereas my colleagues here you're gonna focus a lot on the design and kind of getting into the details of the design process.
Right. Thank you, Prof. Miller. So a question that we have maybe for Prof. Pang would be, are there opportunities for students to engage in hands-on construction projects or field work as part of their studies in civil engineering? Prof. Pang?
Yes, thank you for that question. Within civil engineering, I think Chloe has mentioned earlier on, there are actually a lot of opportunities in terms of hands-on projects. I would say every semester you have projects within the different modules, and the intensity will probably build up, or the complexity builds up as you go from a lower level to a higher level. And throughout the 4 years, we actually work very closely with the industry, with the professional societies. We do organize a lot of site visits to some of the iconic projects like Punggol Digital District. Even early on the Jewel construction, we bring the students over there for them to have a real experience and sharing by the professional engineers who are involved in the construction, in the design. And also, we also do keep in touch a lot with the agencies on their future plans for Singapore. So you can see that opportunities exist in terms of the projects, site visits, and also earlier on, Chloe Sao mentioned, there is also a compulsory industrial attachment. There is also an opportunity where students will spend about 5 months in the company and working in different stakeholders, and you'll find a lot of the industrial experience being that you can get from there.
Thank you, Prof. Pang. So, okay, so a question that we have from for maybe Prof. Hu on the environmental engineering. Are the research projects mainly from the college, or are there collaborations with the industry?
Thank you for your very nice question. We do have a lot of research projects for our undergraduate students, even before they come to the final year research project. Even when they are year 2, year 3, they got a chance to take part in the research projects as Europe research student. And not only those projects are within college per se, because we have our faculty member drive those projects, but we do have a lot of collaborations with industry. For example, we collaborate very closely with government agencies like PUB, and we look into the projects such as water reclamation. We look into projects like energy, recovery from the wastewater, and also resource recovery from the sludge coming out from the wastewater treatment plant and the water treatment plant and so on. And we work with also environmental industries very closely. We look into not only just water just now, which I have mentioned, we look into like energy, especially solar energy. So our students actually get the chance to collaborate with them, and they do industry attachment like just now Chloe mentioned. They have industry attachment opportunities with solar energy company, and right after their graduation, they go and join the solar energy, this engineering field. So there are plenty of this kind of projects and collaborations for our students to take part in. I highly recommend you actually, once you join our environmental engineering program, to consider about this, and even start from year 2, year 3 to get involved in this kind of collaborations with industry, with government agencies, and sometimes we even send our students to overseas for some of the overseas collaborative research projects.
All right, thank you so much, Prof. Hu. So maybe a question for Prof. Miller regarding IPM. What career opportunities are available for graduates with a degree in IPM?
Yeah, very good question. Our graduates, like I mentioned before, are looking at kind of a holistic type of career path. So they're, as project managers, they're not just diving super deep into the design. They're staying at kind of the management, law, and sort of business level in a sense. So we have a lot of students that go work for like McKinsey or to consulting companies like that, or Jones Lang LaSalle is another good example. We have some students that will go the path of the government agencies. We have quite a few students that go to LTA, for example, JTC and Jiangyong. Those are big employers of our students. And our students are, they're seeking careers that kind of get them out of the office. They're out meeting people. We like to think they're kind of the extrovert type engineers that want to coordinate with lots of different disciplines and that kind of thing.
All right, thank you so much, Prof. Miller. Okay, so maybe another question for the students. So are there any tips you have regarding extracurricular activities, and how do you choose the right CCA in that sense, such that it's beneficial for career prospects, for example? Anyone want to start? Joey?
Yeah. Okay, I'll go first. In terms of CCA choice, I think first very important tip is to go with an open mind, because if you restrict yourself, then it's very tough and you wouldn't dare to try a lot of new things. So for me personally, before I joined NUS, I always thought that I will be a very low-key student and I won't join any CCAs. But then after I explore more and more opportunities, I realized I find joy in attending all these events. And through these activities, it allows me to achieve personal growth, because I get to hone my, let's say, project management skills, which will be useful for my career in the future, because I'm taking infrastructure and project management. So I think all these skills, right, you have to hone through attending all the CCAs, and there isn't a particular CCA that will help you, but you just have to explore what is your interest. Don't go there with a mind of just wanting to boost your portfolio, but really enjoy the CCA and find passion in it. Yeah.
Thank you, Joey.
Right. I think it would be really long if I were to, in a way, suggest what kind of things you could look at. But I'll just share my personal story here. I echo what Joey said in terms of how she didn't really consider joining anything at the start, because that was my plan for university as well. My plan was not to join anything, but eventually, somehow, I ended up joining quite a few things. And by that few things, it ranges from CCAs, be it interest groups and all, just to really get to know where my interest lies, to Civil Engineering Club, my personal bias, where I actually grew a lot from in terms of leadership skills, communication, and a lot of exposure from the industry as well. On top of that, I also participated in what Prof mentioned just now on Europe Undergraduate Research Opportunity Program in my first year, actually, where I got to know a lot more about how research works in the civil aspect or research in general. So that helped a lot with my understanding towards the industry. And on top of that, I also participated in competitions at the start. From year one up to now, there are different kinds of competitions you can take part in, and the one that really got me started was a built environment competition that is organized by Civil Engineering Club. So all that combined really helped me in understanding what the industry has to offer, or get to know a bit more about how this really works. So it really boils down to what you want out of it, whether it's exposure or to get to know something better. And for me, all I did was to really give things a chance, to really try to experience things, get myself exposed to things, and that really brought me to where I am in terms of a student who is a lot more interested in what I'm doing, a lot more certain, a lot more clear with how this is for me. Yep, bring it to Chloe.
It's okay. So unfortunately, we are running out of time for our live Q&A segment. So fret not. If you have any further questions or would like to delve deeper into our programs, do please head on to the NUS CDE website for more information. And yep, so we've come to the end of this Q&A segment for the Breakout Room. Do check out the other programs that's happening at Breakout Room 4. And we have biomedical engineering, chemical engineering, engineering science program, and as well as material science and engineering. So otherwise, thank you so much, and we hope to see you at Open House 2024 on 9 March. Bye!